Guess what? Before we begin, I just want to let you know another one of my reviews got copyright claimed and I had to get rid of. And that episode was my review of A Friend Indeed. Thank you, Legacy Musics, or whatever you called. So, before we have to return to Season 4, I have yet another episode to re-review after this one, but let's just focus on the other episode that I still need to re-review. And that episode is the other one Season 1 episode, and surprisingly it was my highest viewed video of all time until I had to delete it. This is my re-review of The Best Night Ever. So this episode begins with Pinky getting excited about the Grand Galloping Gala.
Pinky, please stop shouting. I'm trying to concentrate. Pinkie Pie, stop that right now. It's time to prepare for the gala, and I refuse to let you put on your new dress for all place.
But wait, how exactly would Pony sweat? So Twilight tries to come up with a spell via Cinderella style, and then Opal manages to screw things over.
Tell me how.
So what does Rarity do?
Excuse me?
She decides to flirt with some ponies, and of course this is also the birth of the infamous Cyclops pony animation error, of which for like a brief second you see the pony on the far end like glitch out like around his face until he has only one eye. Yeah, this did not age well. So of course they
pulling our carriage to the gala. Oh.
And who knows what they had to do what she had to do to get them. So skipping over the theme, the ponies prepare themselves for the gala as Spike is expecting for them all to hang out together, but if you remember, they all have their own plans.
We're gonna be my business. Busy having fun. Oh, okay. Don't worry, Spike. We'll all get to spend some time together. Great! Because I climbed out my insiders to our catwalk.
Oh yeah, by the way, Spike, did you give Twilight that apology from when the wrap-up? No, just making sure.
I flashed you Rarity the crown jewel, and Applejack the princess.
So they arrive at the gala as the ponies wear the dresses that they wore or in suits for success. Which, of course, they're still beautiful.
Amazing!
And this is where I have to stop the video and mute because this is where the video got claimed last time I reviewed it. Because it transitions into the song, well, at the gala. Well, as it's probably a good thing that this is another one of those episodes I'm actually kind of relieved I had to re-review because this is not going to be pretty. Now, this is sort of like the same thing on the same level as Winter Wrap-Up. And to be fair, I do actually get a little bit more enjoyment out of this song because it's still catchy and the animation is of course still stunning as it shows and transitions to each of the main 6 goals of what they do at the gala. But much like Winter Wrap-Up, the more and more times I listen to it, I slowly lose interest in it. I mean, again, it's still catchy, the animation is still stunning, and the transitions are beautiful, but I don't know, like, something about it just caused me to just lose interest, just like that. But it doesn't affect the episode in any way. It's still really enjoyable to listen to, and as soon as it ends, everybody goes to their own goals, leaving Spike in the dust. As we see, Twilight plans to try to spend time with Princess Celestia to do some catching up.
Princess Celestia! Twilight!
It is so lovely to see my star student.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. We have so much to catch up on.
Well, I want you right by my side the entire evening, so we'll have plenty of time together.
That's just what I was hoping you'd say.
You know, I was actually kind of wondering, like, for the ponies at the gala, are they just like, hey, who's that pony recently with Princess Celestia? It's probably just some nobody. Oh, really? Because I hear it's her star pupil. Whatever. Let's go get some chow. Okay. That's probably my only thing that we're probably thinking in this episode. So Rarity comes across Prince Blueblood, aka Count Douchebag, which we already know. And as Fluttershy comes across her animal friends, Applejack sets up her business to get sales.
Always hungry after a show, eh, Soren?
And Rainbow Dash saves Soren's pie.
I know you. You're the pony that saved us in Cloudsdale and won the best flyer competition.
Hooray for continuity!
Hey, yeah, name's Rainbow Dash.
Well, Rainbow Dash, looks like your skills saved us again. Oh, well, at least they saved Soren's apple pie.
You know, why is it that, as much as I love the show, why did they have to portray the males as like really rude and sluggish and rather sloppy eating in the first season? But we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, that's
Sure, why not? I'm hanging with the wonderful.
And you still got 5 more seasons until you actually become one. And yes, I did see that episode, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And of course, Pinkie Pie tries to have fun at the gala, but again, I'm going to have to mute this to avoid any more copyright problems. Which, by the way, Legacy Music, to quote Mr. Enter, if you're going to have to keep lashing out at me on my videos, I got 2 words for you to quote Mr. Enter. Sue me or leave me alone! I had to get that out there. But as the main 6 began to spend time with their actual qualities, things turned for the sour as Rarity discovers that Prince Blueblood, well...
Miss Rose? Thank you. It goes with my eyes.
Is a snobbish prick. Fluttershy finds out that the animals are not so kind to her. Don't you own some of these animals? Rainbow Dash doesn't get to spend some quality time with the Wonderballs, and the same thing with Twilight. And Applejack's business goes incredibly slow.
2nd, 4th, 6th, 60th minute, no style.
Okay, now, I'm honestly not really sure why many people really dislike this episode. I mean, don't get me wrong, honestly, I'm really trying to find what exactly the problem with this episode is. Just, honestly, I don't really see anything wrong with it, honestly. Like, yeah, it's like really hard for me to try to find out why people have fault with this episode. I mean, yeah, not a lot happens. And this Grand Galloping Gala has only been mentioned like out of 2 episodes out of the other 24 in the first season, and not much focus has been built upon it. But other than that, I don't really see anything wrong with it. So as the main 6 about to give, or about to give up, they decide...
I've waited all my life for this moment, and I'm not going to let it back. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to make this the best night ever.
Yes. So, of course, the main 6 try to come up with some strategies to try to get their attention, but this whole thing goes for better or for worse. And to avoid, you know... And then we get a song that is basically like the Hokey Pokey, if it was a Pony Nice version. Soon Rarity meets up with Applejack and... If they were planning to get married, I'm sure there would be a divorce just like that in an instant.
I'm going to have to pay, aren't I?
It's okay, Rarity. I got you covered.
Thank you, Applejack. At least somebody here has good manners.
Well, did you ask him if he had manners?
Oh, fritters, dumplings, caramel apples. My royal lips have touched common carnival fare. I'm going to the buffet for some hors d'oeuvres.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to pull a page from the Hardcore Kids Land Before Time. Oh. you know what this calls for.
Way down. Bridge house. Public toilet. I drive really slow. And people.
Okay, that's enough of that, because again, I don't want to avoid any difficulties, otherwise I have to do this again for like a third time, and I don't want to do that.
Well, no wonder no pony wants.
And then of course we get to my favorite part of the episode, Fluttershy going insane.
You'll be mine.
Why is she so adorable when she loses her sanity? So then Piggy Pie tries to throw a party, and nobody really seems to question it, and then things go south for Rarity as she loses her temper.
Sir, are the most uncharming person I have ever met. Except the only thing royal about you is that you are a royal train.
Well, that means a bit of a prick.
Ew! Stay back! I just had myself groomed!
Oh, and he's also pretty, too. Okay, yeah, that's definitely one of the flaws of this episode. Blue Blood is unbearable to sit through. Okay? I mean, Rarity does manage to lose his cool with him, but by extension, the audience loses it with him.
Afraid to get dirty?
So things then to get even worse, and all hell breaks loose.
Going to love
So the gang decides to meet up with Twilight, completely battered and bruised, and they tell Spike what happened.
That sounds like the worst night ever.
It was!
I just hope Princess Celestia isn't upset with us for ruining the gala.
That was the best Grand Galloping Gala ever.
Until Discord shows up and makes it even better 4 seasons later.
Princess Celestia!
Pardon me, Princess, but tonight was just awful.
Oh, Twilight, the Grand Galloping Gala is always awful.
Okay, be honest. How many of you saw that coming, that she was going to say that the gala was always going to be awful? I thought so. Alright, time for this episode's moral.
It is?
That is why I was thrilled you were all attending. I was hoping you could liven things up a bit. And while the evening may not have gone as you planned, I'm sure you'll agree that, in the end, it didn't turn out so bad for this group of friends.
You're right, Princess. Friends have a way of making even the worst of times into something pretty great.
Yeah, hanging out with friends. Talking. Laughing.
You mean doing exactly what I wanted to do the whole time?
Yes, Spike, you were right.
As horrible as our night was.
Being together here has made it all better. In fact, it's made it the best night ever.
And of course, we'll have to had to fix our stuff in the morning. And that was the best night ever. Seriously, what are the complaints again? I'm still not understanding why people will have problems with this episode. Okay, yeah, don't get me wrong, compared to other season finales that we got, this was pretty underwhelming in terms of season finales. But as an episode in on itself, it's not really that bad. And remember, this was the first season that we had, so we didn't know what else to expect. Okay, maybe this might have not been the way people wanted on the first season of the brand new show to end, but other than that, everything was still fine. The animation was lively and colorful, the songs were catchy, even if I lost interest in it over the years, and the twist of this episode did keep me interested, and while some of the subplots around the main six, some of them don't work. Like, for example, we barely got any screen time on Applejack's subplot, or even Pinky's subplot for that matter. The other subplots were just fine. Rarity and Fluttershy subplots were incredibly hilarious to watch, and they just made it all the more interesting. So, yes, as season finales go, yes, this was underwhelming. But as an episode in on itself, it's really not deserving all the hate that it gets. I mean, if you're expected for a grand season finale and wanting to know what the first season is like, if you watch, like, A Candlelight Wedding, Magical Mystery Cure, and other finales, just set your expectations a little bit low. But if you just want to have an episode that tells you it's okay to have fun even if a great party just flat out sucks, I think you should definitely give this episode a watch. I think this episode gets like an A-. Honestly, I don't see any fault with it. So yeah, The Best Night Ever gets an A-. And now I just got one more episode left before I return to Season 4. I'm Flick10 Gamer, and Legacy Music, if you're going to flag this video again, I got 2 words for you to quote Mr. Enter. Sue me or leave me alone. See ya.